another way, which a lot of people have been discussing, is beacons, the EPIRBs, which are really good. They only have a one-way communication, which is a bit of a shame. You can't sort of receive any information back. So yeah, I do carry, like I said, a satellite phone. And the way I've done it and the way I do it, and it's quite a cheap way to have yourself access to a satellite phone whenever you need it. And yeah, you don't have the ongoing costs of the satellite phone. I'll just grab it. So my phone's an old 9500, Motorola 9500. It's a bit of a brick. You can get, I think the 9550s are a lot smaller, a little bit more like your smartphones these days. Yeah, you just pop the aerial up. They do work, or this one does work, so yeah, it's a phone, so it was quite cheap. I think I paid around $200 for this, used off Gumtree, or maybe 5-7 years ago. I can't quite remember now. I have used it several times. Keep communications with the wife, and we've had a few other issues on rides where other people have needed to contact towns ahead of them to access parts and stuff that we needed shipped in. So it has got us out of trouble a few times. Now, the way that I actually have this without having a subscription-based SIM card, so that it costs me monthly, even when I'm not using it, it still costs me, that sort of stuff, is I actually have Telstra SIM. So any of you guys that use a Telstra SIM card, this is a really great way to have yourself a satellite phone with no ongoing costs. It's a little bit of a secret. Telstra won't tell you that it works, but it does. Trust me, I've been doing it for a long time. I've set up a fair few guys with this system now, and they don't have any issues with it either, so they haven't had a problem. So yeah, if you go onto Gumtree, eBay or something like that, start searching for, and you want an Iridium phone, because the Iridium satellites are the ones that really cover Australia really well. I get really good service with this. It works every time. Now, I'm no satellite expert or anything like that. I'm just sort of saying how I use it and what works for me. So yeah, if you jump onto eBay, Gumtree, find yourself a satellite phone, a used one. You can normally pick them up between sort of $200 to $700, depending on what sort of model you want. Then to get it to work without having to purchase a dedicated satellite SIM, I just use my normal Telstra SIM card, and I have global roaming enabled on it. So you can do that from your phone, or you can ring Telstra and they'll enable global roaming. Then all you got to do is basically put your SIM card into this phone, and your bill, so any calls you make will come through on your normal Telstra bill. So yeah, it's quite simple. So if you have a large plan or something like that, yeah, it mightn't cost you bugger all anyway, because you're only using up your plan's worth. Now the calls are quite expensive. They're about $1 every 30-second block. So yeah, you use it for when you really need it, and in an emergency situation, if someone's life's on the line, well, it costs what it costs, who cares? You're going to make sure that you got help on the way. So that's a really simple way and a cheap way to have yourself a satellite phone. So that was just one little tip. While I've got you, I thought I'd discuss a little bit about the spot tracker. There's been a bit of discussion over the years, whether you should keep them on your body, whether you should keep them on your bike. I'm personally of the great belief that if you crash, a lot of the times it's at the high speed, you get separated from your bike. Now, if you're injured and your spot tracker's a couple of meters away and you can't get to it, well, it's not much good to you. It's, before you can set off the SOS. Admittedly, if you've got tracking and that, people will notice that you're sort of stuck in the one position and you haven't moved with no OK message. So, yeah, there is that purpose. But personally, I keep mine on my backpack. My backpack's on my bag, so the spot tracker sits basically here. I figured that I could reach it quite easily, and in worst case scenario, I could reach across and probably bite hold of it and get it, to somewhere near my hand that I could actually set it off. So just my personal opinion, I do believe carry them on your body, don't carry them on your bike. But anyway, hopefully that's a little bit of a help for you guys, especially with the satellite phones, and a cheap way to have a sat phone in your bag. Other than that, have a good day, and I'll see you later.